Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is the Lorraine 155mm51. It's the Tier 8 French SPG located on the north spawn of Murovanka. This one is under the command of Ribstride. Now he's armed with a 155mm howitzer capable of doing 750 alpha, and he can also penetrate through 45mm of armor with standard rounds, and he's got a burst radius of 8 meters. With the premium rounds that goes up to 9. Game on. Now the standard reload for this Arty is 28.76 seconds. And there's its cousin, the Lorraine 15550. That one was developed in 1950, and this was the one that was developed in 1951. As I said, 28.76 seconds per reload, 24.24 for Ribstride. And well, we're looking for our first target. One's been spotted down in the south, but he's not reacting to it just yet, so I think he's waiting for an enemy light tank to appear in the field, and then he's going to take a shot at it. Plenty of enemy appearing, but oh, there's the light tank. It's an AMX 12 ton. Lining him up. Working out where he's going, rounds out, and oh! That was really big, and it was error 404 hit points. The guy's missing. Oh, he's driving up against the edge of the map there. That does kind of slow you down a bit. I should say error 404 tank driver no longer found. He's back in the garage. Okay, well, he's got plenty of targets on the west side of the map. In fact, there's an IS-3A and a Caro P-88 as well as an IS. Rounds out. Right onto the rear of the IS-3A. He won't like that. And the IS took some of the force as well. He lost 140 hit points. So, within just 2 shots, he's up to 900 hit points of damage. Lining up for another shot. 3 tanks to go for. That's out. Another direct hit on the Caro. He was tracked in place. Yeah, they are pushing actually, aren't they? They're not sticking around. Although they have come up against a number of our tanks all at the same time. It's a tier 8 game with tier 6 tanks in it. Quite a few targets behind the house, but he can't really get shots on them, not easily. Goes back to the house because the T-3485M pokes around the corner. Rounds up. And again he hits the target with 249. That IS-3A is taking a big risk doing what he's doing. He's just taken out our Caro. And he's now going to town on the KV2. And our guys seem to be ignoring him. They're looking the other way, but they haven't really recognised that there's an enemy tank sitting behind them. Rounds out the Caro. No, that's his first bad shot actually. All he did was make a critical hit on that Caro. Okay, change position. Right up against the edge of the map are Lorraine 15550's in a whole world of trouble, and I'm afraid he's out the game. But can we get around him? Yes! Splashed him to death. So he's got his second kill. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to save his teammate, and we're now 4 tanks down on the enemy. Okay, his next target, T-3485M. I think that's one he's gone after before.
Watch out!
Oh, he just rammed himself to death against the T-3485. Shot in, rounds out. Oh, he got him! He's got his next kill. 3 kills now. Unfortunately, the enemy's turning up at our cap area. So he's had to vacate the area just to stay in the game. Okay, the Caro's capping. He's very low on hit points though. One round should be enough to take him out. Just dialing in. Almost ready. 3, 2, 1. Wrapped out. Gets him. 4 kills. Now his platoon mate in the ELC Evan 90 is still alive, but he's actually hiding in a bush. He's actually hiding in a bush, so he's spotting for us. And the enemy can't see him because they haven't got close enough to him to actually recognise where he is. So at this moment, Ribstride is actually sitting outside the cap area, launching rounds in to get resets. There's one reset. So we've got another entrance into the cap area. So they're going to start capping furiously, but we do have an IS on the edge of the forest. So he's going to fire in very shortly, but he needs to get a good reset. Going for this KV3 first. Adjust. Round out. Yep, that's a reset. A lot of reset there. The others are hiding in the bush. They think they're safe. He might be able to hit 2 with 1 shot here. But the trouble is that the countdown is probably... Well, they're probably going to cap out before he reloads. Can he get another round in? He needs another reload. Oh, they got a reload. They got a reset run from the IS. The IS fired from the forest. And, well, his platoon mate had to move. He had no choice there. If he didn't get a shot in, they would have failed and lost the game. I think the name of the ELC driver is Vitrix. Next round, here we go. Oh, he got both with 1 shot. That's a bombardier. And he got he's now got a Top Gun. 6 kills. He took out 2 while they were capping. I think he's taken out 4 tanks whilst they were capping. Or hit 4 tanks. And that means he's earned another medal as well. I think you'll know that there is another medal if you can interrupt the cap enough times or kill enemy tanks whilst they are capping. Well, the scores are now even, but they are still capping, so he needs somebody to tell him where the enemy is. And our ELC friend Vitrix, I think he's going back in. I hope I'm not pronouncing your name wrong. Can you tell us where that enemy tank is? And we'll put the round on him. There he is. Just the aim. Perfect. Here we go. Yeah, wait until it gets to full. Oh, Vitrix got the reset. And there's the kill shot. I can see what he did there. He actually deliberately held off. Wait until his teammate got the reset and reduced his hit points to a splash kill. And then he fired the round in to get the kill. Okay, so there's only 1 heavy tank left on the enemy team. It's that KV-1S. And he's down to just 2 hit points. He needs this kill to get a Radley's. Round out. Oh my god, he got it! It's a Radley's. There's only 2 enemies left. He could get a Paul's medal. Taking out the last 2 enemy, the Arty. It's an Arty and a light tank versus 2 Artys. Unfortunately, we lost our T-3485M. He got taken out by the GW Panther, but the enemy doesn't know where we are. He hasn't seen the ELC, and of course he is the most stealthy of the little light tanks. Well, one of the most stealthy. It's not the most stealthy. I think that is the T100LT. Okay, there's one of them. He's been spotted. The ELC can just basically get close enough to find out where they are. He's got 1 shot in. Stay alive, little friend. Otherwise, it's going to have to be a hunting job. Rounds out now. Kill shot. That's 9. Now, all we need is the last one. And it'll give us a Fool's Medal. And you don't see them all that often for Arty. But when you do see them, they're very gratefully received, because you can have a dramatic effect upon the battle. Where is that last Arty? The ELC's having a look for him. He doesn't really want to be on the move when the enemy's spotted. There he is! Stop. Dial in. Try and get it right. He's got one shot in. He's a one shot now. This is for the game and also for a bronze medal. Can you do it? Bounce out. Yes, he did it! Pools medal and wins the game. Incredibly well played by a platoon of guys. Oh, that was a good one. And here's the end of battle results, and it was an ace tanker for Ribstride in the Lorraine 155 Mini 51. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 22, but here comes the epic medals, and yes, he did get a lot of them. He managed to get a pools medal for getting at least 10 kills in that game, 2/3 of the enemy team. He also picked up a Aslains medal, yes, because he took out enemy tanks whilst they were capping, and he took out 4 of them in a row whilst they were capping. So that's a very rare medal, that the Aslains. He got a bombardier medal because he took out 2 enemy tanks at the same time with 1 shell, a counter battery because taking out both enemy Arty in the game, a defender for resetting the cap, getting at least 70 cap points or defense points in the process. In fact, I think he got a lot more than that. And finally, he got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. He didn't get a high caliber in this game, but that's because I think some of the tanks that he was finishing off, they actually have fairly low hit points. But the good news is that he did win the game for his team. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there he is. He's actually, the highest score was actually his platoon mate, Voxy. Sorry, I actually pronounced your name wrong during the game. Voxy in the ELC Ever 90, he did get the highest damage in the game, 2,913 hit points. The second highest scorer was Ribstride with 2,673, and the third highest scorer was the SU-14-2 with 2,644. So it wasn't much in it, but it was a very, very good game. When it came to kills, he's right at the top of the table with 10 kills. The highest scorer other than him was the IS-3A, who got 4, and then 3 kills for the GW Panther and the T-3485M. And when it came to base XP, it's, yes, Voxy, he got the spotting, you see, because he was sitting there in a bush whilst Ribstride was doing all the damage to the enemy tanks. He got 1,266 base XP, 1,108 went to Ribstride, and the next highest score after that was the T-3485M, who got 1,097 but got taken out towards the end of the game, I'm afraid. But these were the only 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base. He fired 16 shells in that game, got 8 direct hits and 2 penetrations on the enemy and 20 splash. Damage of 2,673 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 13 of the enemy, killed 10, and did 288 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. And yes, he did get 100 defense points by resetting the cap enough times. On a premium count, he earned 23,101 credits from the game, 17,326 from personal reserves, a total of 55,443 credits altogether. But he did fire some premium ammo, and as a consequence, he actually ended up making a loss for the game of 3,277 credits. But I think anyone would be happy to take such a loss if they could get such a result. 1,108 XP, 3,324 from personal missions payout, and 249 for playing in a platoon. He took away 5,235 experience points altogether. So what a fantastic game by Ribstride. Really showed the effort there. He and his teammate were actually working incredibly well, because one of them would actually spot for him, and he was then planting the shells in the cap area. But with that last kill, what he actually did is let Voxy actually get 2 shots in to strip his hit points away, and then he fired the artillery round in to finish the guy off with a nice splash kill, and it worked perfectly. And they also did exactly the same with the SU-14-2, because he had a huge number of hit points. So all Voxy had to do was put a round into him and strip him of the hit points, and then Ribstride could smack him from a distance and finish the game. So you're not going to see many pools medals in Arty, because there's only about 3 or 4 or 5 every client, maybe sometimes a bit more. You see far more Kolobanov medals in Arty than you do in pools medals. But this was a fantastic game, so very well done, Ribstride, and also to your platoon mate, Voxy. At least I hope I've actually pronounced that correctly, Voxy. Yes, I think it is Voxy. Anyway, very well done, both of you, because it was a good team effort. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.